Good morning, gorgeous. Thank you for checking in. Welcome back to another episode of Couch Yoga. This segment today isn't going to be very long. I know many of us are trying to get things done around the house, trying to find the motivation to get things done around the house during this time of social distancing. So that's what I had in mind when I created this flow today. It's just something to get the blood circulating, get the blood moving, get us motivated to get up and do something. So, and if you do have the time, then hit the play button again when we're all done and go through all of these poses once again. So we'll go ahead and get started. Just coming to that comfortable position. Again, this can be done on a dining room chair, office chair, yoga ball, whatever allows us to have a nice bend in the knees and the feet flat on the floor. So we'll just start with a couple of breaths, moving into our yoga practice through the breath. So closing the eyes, just taking 2 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Then as we inhale, we'll blink the eyes open, sweeping the arms all the way out and up. As we exhale, just roll through the wrists, a soft elbow, just rolling it down. Then as we get to the bottom, big breath all the way up. And rolling the other direction. This side may not feel quite as organic or natural moving, and that's okay. We'll do 2 more. Deep breath all the way up. And roll it out the other direction. And big breath all the way up. And the other direction. Deep breath all the way up. This time interlacing the fingers, extend through the index. And just leaning to the left side. Then bring it up, lean to the right. And just floating back and forth. Start to activate the legs for stability. If the feet are together, squeeze the thighs in. If the legs are apart, just root in through the bottoms of the feet. 2 more on each side. Starting to wake up those side body muscles. And bringing it back to center. Release the hands through the heart. Big breath all the way up. This time extending the arms out to the sides. Palms turned up, shoulders back and down. Bringing the fingers into fist. Then bending at the wrist, bending at the elbows. Lifting the elbows up, getting into the shoulders, and we'll press the palms all the way back out and away. Then fingers into fist, wrist, elbows, shoulders, and press it all away. 2 more times, fingers into fist, wrist, elbows, shoulders, press it out. 1 more, fingers, wrist, elbows, shoulders, and pressing it out. Hopefully the arms are already starting to feel a little warm and fuzzy, so you don't have to do heavy weights to get a good upper body workout. With the palms turned up, we're going to act like we're opening doorknobs. So we're going to turn the palms down, bringing the thumbs towards the back as much as possible. Then bring it back up, rotate it back down. A couple more in each direction. And of course, still breathing. 1 breath, 1 movement. Last round. We'll bring the palms back out and up. Big breath all the way up. And hands through the heart center. And just spreading the legs wide coming into a seated goddess. Big breath all the way up. And taking the arms out to the sides. Arms are powerful, elbows aligned to the shoulders, opening up through the collarbones. And just adding a gentle swaying movement, taking the left elbow towards the couch and bring it back up. Right elbow towards the couch and back up. And just moving with the breath. 1 breath, 1 movement, side to side. It can be a gentle movement. Just engaging those muscles slightly. You might start to feel the hips a little bit more. 2 more on each side. Make sure that we're using those abdominal muscles. Deep breath all the way up. As we exhale, draw the elbows back towards the couch. Deep breath all the way up. And bring it back down. 2 more. Last one. And take it back to our goddess, activating those abdominal muscles. We're gonna squeeze the legs up, bring everything to center into our chair pose. Then open it back out to our goddess. Bring it back in and back out. Just moving with the breath. A couple more. And this can be a big movement. Last round. And stop and in our chair pose. Might have to wiggle out to the edge of our couch just a little bit more as we come into eagle pose. So taking the right knee up and over, taking the right elbow up and over, bringing the backs of the hands and palms together. Maybe we bring that bottom foot to wrap, listening to the body. Now we can stay right here on our couch, lifting the elbows up, pushing those shoulders back and down, bringing the fingertips away. If we want to, we can activate those abdominal muscles and see if we can squeeze up to our eagle. Maybe wrapping it here. Still breathing. And softly bring it back to our seated eagle. Releasing the arms out, just give everything a little wiggle around. And coming back out to our goddess pose. Deep breath all the way up. Taking the arms out to the sides and squeeze in, squeeze out. Just opening and closing the body. Inhale while we open, exhale when we close. Last two. Then we'll come back to our chair pose, back to our eagle. This time, left knee comes up and over, left elbow comes up and over. Backs of the hands or palms connect, creating space between the shoulder blades. Breathe into that space. We can stay here and wrap the foot, if that's part of our practice. If we want to, we can activate those abs and find our strong eagle. Maybe wrapping here. My eagle wants to fly today. One more big breath. Then we'll gently release. Bring it back to our couch. Releasing the arms and just coming back to our seated straddle and just leaning forward. Breathing into the lower back. I gotta say, this is one of my favorite couch poses. Just completely relax the head. Let everything hang. One more deep breath here. Then we'll walk it back up. Turning the hips to the left, we're just gonna lower this right knee down to the floor. So we're not in a lunge, the knee is still directly under the hip. We want a little leveling out of the pelvis here as we come into a twist. If we're pregnant, remember we're not gonna twist any more than we would changing lanes in traffic, so just the shoulders. So if that's us, we're gonna take a big breath in and gently twist away from the couch. So just the shoulders here. If we don't have a bun in the oven, we want a little bit deeper twist. We'll breathe it up and twist towards the couch. Bringing that right rib cage around with every breath out. Two more deep breaths. Then we'll inhale, arms out, up, and back to center. As we come into half camel, we have the option to take the hand that's closest to the couch behind us and just stretch it up here. Or we can bring it up, take the outside hand to the couch and stretch it up. If we want half camel, we'll tuck the toes under, but be careful not to push down into that heel. We just want a nice little toe stretch. Reach back and stretch it up here. Lifting the heart, keeping the hips pressing forward. One more deep breath. Then we'll reach it up, bring it up, and bring ourselves through center to the other side. Making sure we don't fall off the couch at any point. Deep breath all the way up. Again, if we're pregnant, just the shoulders twist away from the couch. Otherwise, we'll twist in towards the couch. Bring that left rib cage around every breath out. Then with our next breath in, arms out, up, and back to center. Half camel on this side. We can take that inside hand down. We can take the outside hand up. Or if we want full half camel, curling the toes under, gently reach down, open up the heart, lift the heart, reach back, breathing deep. Then we'll reach up, bring it up, and bring ourselves back to center. We paid a little bit of attention to the wrist earlier in this practice, so now we're going to bring awareness down to the ankles. So we're going to turn the toes in, turn the heels in, toes and heels all the way till they get together. Then we'll take them back apart, heel and toe. It's really easy. If we neglect the ankles, we can just step off a curb or a pebble and twist the ankle. And right now, we really don't want to go to the hospital unless we have to, so we don't want to go for weak ankles, so we're going to keep working them here. Still lifting up through the spine. Activate those abdominal muscles. One more time. Oh, snap, crackle, and pop. And bringing it back together. We can sit with the feet together, knees together, or we can be hips distance, up to you. We're just going to take a nice little back bend here. Big breath all the way up. And releasing the hands, take the palms to the back of the head. Open up the elbows, lifting through the heart, lifting our gaze. One more deep breath here. We'll gently bring it back to center, releasing the hands, stretch them out to the sides. Right, lowering the left ear towards the left shoulder. If we'd like, we can take that left hand, cupping the ear and just deepening this neck stretch. Each breath out, remind the body to relax. Then we'll softly release the hand, float the head back up to center. Maybe shake it yes, no, up and down. Just find a little bit of movement here. Then when we're ready, we'll take the right ear over the right shoulder. Maybe that right hand comes up to cup the ear. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. And softly release. And just shaking the head, yes, no, up and down. Taking a deep breath in, both hands all the way up and into the heart center. Now feel free to lay down on the couch and take a quick nap. Go do something that will change the world. Whatever you decide, until next time, namaste.